What's up, Full Ride Nation? Back for another one. All y'all that don't know me, Christopher, former D1 walk-on turned starter. Here to help you guys with basketball hopes and dreams of your daily motivation. Hey, listen. Today's video, I'm talking about AAU. I saw someone speaking about AAU, and they talk about how expensive AAU is and how back in the day, AAU didn't cost nearly as much as it does today. And it really got me to thinking about why and who's to blame for AAU being a so-called scam and the price of playing AAU going up and the cost of rent gyms is so expensive. Who's to blame for all that? And then I hear people complaining about some of the coaches as well. And I can agree to all of those things, but then we have to get to the root of the problem. How did it get there and who's to blame? And so just from this is only my second year being in the AAU, around the AAU and seeing it coming from the perspective of when I played, when I was coming up. The parents are at fault for AAU being in the state that it's in. It's the parents. And I know what you're thinking. Well, how are the parents at fault? It's very easy to explain why the parents are at fault. Because AAU has exploded in price because when I played, AAU wasn't so expensive because, one, it was kids in the local neighborhood. It wasn't really kids from all over town playing on one team. AAU kids were on a team. A lot of the coaches were volunteers, and they were getting kids, just keeping them out of gangs, keeping them out of trouble. So it was local guys in a local neighborhood coaching local players, local guys, putting them in tournaments, keeping them safe, and guys that had potential to play at the next level. They tried to do what they could to groom them. So these guys were doing it because their heart was in the right place. They cared about their community. There were no parents that had a bunch of money. So it wasn't, you couldn't pay $2,000. When we wanted to go to a tournament, guess what we had to do? Car washes, and we had to stand on the corner and ask for donations. The parents now want some level of exclusivity where I'm paying $100 an hour for a trainer, and they want to look down on the next parent who can't afford to pay $100 an hour. They want to pay $2,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 to $10,000 for their kid to be on an AAU team because they want to look down on the parents who can't afford to do that. Now, what they're not taking into consideration is who the coach is, what that person's credentials are. They're only going with the highest bidder. Because I can explain to you, I'm in a program with two Division I college coaches, myself and the other coach. We work for free. We don't make a dollar on this at all. We probably have one of the cheapest programs that you can get into. And guess what? Nobody wants to be a part of it. But I see people online asking, can they be a part of an AAU program? And I see people recommending all of these different programs that are very, very expensive. And none of the people that's associated with those programs have played in college. So you're entrusting your child to people who haven't played on the next level. Again, not saying that you have to have played on the next level, but you have to have some level of a track record of getting kids there, training kids to get there or something. But most times parents don't even look for those things. They only look at who's the highest bidder and who can I look down on. And that's why you see so many kids jump team to team to team to team. When I grew up, you didn't jump team to team to team. You played on the one team that was in your neighborhood with the guys that were volunteering, and you were going to be at the car wash if you wanted to be a part of it. So it was a lot more camaraderie. Now, people don't even do fundraisers anymore. It's a situation of, hey, we got sponsorships, we got scholarships, we got this, that, and the third. Nothing wrong with that. But when you ask, how did these prices get so out of control? This is how. So now the tournaments are like, well, I got to get in on this. The gyms are like, well, I got to get in on this. I got to bust your head for $60, $70 an hour for you to rent my gym because I need a piece of this. So the price of everything goes up. Back in the day, you didn't have to pay to rent out a gym. None of that was a thing, but it is now. And me personally, I blame the parents because you want this level of exclusivity. You want to look down on the next parent, the next kid, the next organization, but you've lost focus on what you're actually doing it for. And what you should be doing AAU for is to improve, to get better so that your child has an opportunity to get a free education. And now with the introduction of the NIL and all of those things, your focus should be getting a free education and trying to get paid, not looking down on the next parent. Because at the end of the day, Nobody cares how many AAU tournaments you won, how many trophies you have, how many MVP stats you have at AAU. If it doesn't translate and you going to college on a scholarship, it was all for naught. You just wasted your money. So Full Ride Nation, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all know the drill. Let's compete.